We're doing poached eggs today. First you'll need is a small pot filled with water. Halfway is fine. We have our white vinegar, our 2 eggs that we'll be poaching, and then a container to crack the eggs into. So we're going to go ahead and warm the water, add the vinegar. I have a slotted spoon. You're going to turn up the heat a little bit. You want the water to have some bubble movement, but not boiling. It's very important that you don't want it to boil, because once it boils, the poached eggs will not poach properly. The movement of the water will break up the membranes of the egg. So once it starts to boil once it starts to come to bubbles, I'm going to go ahead and give a little swirl. It's important to create a nice tight vortex within the water for the egg. And while that's working, I'm going to go ahead and crack the egg into the container. Okay. And you want to do 1 egg at a time. Go ahead and turn the water down. Make sure it's light bubbles, and you can start creating this vortex by swirling the water with your spoon. And before I add the egg, I always give a good spin, wait a second, and then add the egg. And then you want to make sure that the egg continually moves, because you don't want it to sit on the bottom, but you also don't want to swirl too hard, because then the egg will separate. The white membranes will separate. And you want the light bubble action, but not heavy bubble action. And then you just let it cook. And it's okay if there's a tail, we can always cut the tail off. If it does separate, you can take the tail out. And then letting the egg continually cook, but letting it move is important, because then you won't create a flat bottom. The egg will still have its egg shape when you're done. It's hard to tell with the egg if it's done or not, but you can always test it by lightly lifting it. And when it swoops down, like you can see how it's still transparent, that means it's not quite ready. So you want to put it back in and continually do a light swirl. And you want to do 1 egg at a time. You'll be doing 2 eggs, but you'll show me 1 egg at a time. So once you think your egg is ready, it needs a little bit more, because I can see that it's a little transparent on the other side. And then depending on the temperature of your water will determine how long your egg takes. And you want to make sure that your yolk is still undercooked, so you have that yolkiness. Now for the people who don't want to eat a yolky egg yolk, it's still a little too jiggly, and you can tell in the white part. We're going to add it back in the water. For the people who don't want to eat the egg yolk, you'll be poaching it properly, and then you can continue cooking it to help get it to where you guys want to eat it. Looks like pretty good shape right now. The white is a little jiggly. We'll go ahead and serve it on a plate, and this is how you'll bring the egg, poached egg, to me. And then I will test it by, and that's all water, but you can see that all the white is cooked, and then we'll see the egg yolk is ready. And that's how you do a poached egg.